Welcome back to TesLUCKY, the YouTube channel where you can follow the adventures of Lucky the Tesla. This is video number 4 in our Autopilot Drive Time special series, and very excited to dedicate this video to one of our regular viewers, a subscriber who comments on our videos all the time, Charlie. Hi, Charlie. Thank you for watching, and thank you, Charlie, for the great suggestion, because he posted a comment on one of our earlier Autopilot Drive Time videos saying that he wanted to see more of Highway 15 in Las Vegas. Not Highway 15, Highway 515. We've got 15, 215, and 515, and I'm still trying to say these properly. 515 North is where we're heading today in Lucky, so we hope you will come along with us for this drive in Autopilot. We're just going to see what happens, how Lucky responds to the other vehicles around and the curves, and it's a beautiful day here. It's blue skies. It's like 56 degrees. It's a perfect day to take Lucky out for a drive. So based on Charlie's suggestion, we're going to head out to Highway 515 and see what awaits us on the road. But before I pull away, as it relates to our channel, if you are already head over heels in love with Tesla like we are, if you are thinking about buying a Tesla, or if you're just curious about electric vehicles in general, please subscribe to our channel, TesLUCKY. All of our videos are Tesla related, and we also hope you will consider clicking the bell for notifications. We don't want you to miss any of our future videos. We hope the topics that we cover will be of interest to you, and if you have any suggestions for us, like Charlie did, please leave it in the comments below this or any one of our videos. We read them all, we answer them all. We love our viewers and our subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. Now let's go for a ride in this amazing car. So we are on Lake Mead Parkway heading west towards 515. I just want to point out that the pickup truck in front of us has a Vanity license plate that says country with a K. I wonder if that's a Kardashian ahead of us in the truck. Is that Kanye up there in a Ford F-150? People in Nevada seem to be crazy, with a K maybe, about Vanity license plates. They're everywhere. So I see 50, if I don't see 50 Vanity license plates a day, I don't see one. And no, we have a Vanity license plate, and we like our Vanity license plate that Carly came up with. If you haven't seen our Vanity plate reveal video, I hope you'll go back and watch that one. I'll put a link in the description, because it's one of my favorites. It's real short. Carly came up with the concept for that video, and it's one of the few videos that my amazing husband Storm makes a guest appearance in, and he does a great job and gets a big laugh in that short video. So go back and watch our Vanity plate video if you get a chance. Charlie, have you seen that video? I'm sure you have. What do you think about our Vanity plate, Charlie? Let me know. We're coming up on the highway here. Fiesta Henderson, local casino on the left. I've been known to play a few hands of blackjack in there before, after Carly gets picked up from school. A little bit of a daytime degenerate gambler. Do love Las Vegas. Okay, here we go. Highway 15 North, Las Vegas. I'm not in Autopilot yet. We're just getting onto the expressway here, and I will let you know when I am in Autopilot. Oh, look at those mountains in the back. There's snow on top of the mountains. You can see the skyline of the Las Vegas Strip over there. beautiful, beautiful snow-capped mountains. Okay, getting over into the middle lane here. And we will now engage Lucky in Autopilot. You heard the little beeps. If you've seen any of our earlier Autopilot Drive Time videos, you know what those mean. Lucky is in Autopilot. She's doing the steering. She's controlling the speed of the vehicle on her own, and I am just here to kind of monitor the surroundings and look out for the unexpected, which generally doesn't happen, of course. It's similar if you think about like an airplane pilot. You know, when you get on a commercial jet and you fly into Las Vegas from wherever you live, you know, the pilot isn't really like flying the plane, you know, that entire time. Most of the time the plane is in autopilot and the pilot is just monitoring the dashboard and the data and is ready to take over the plane if necessary, which usually isn't necessary. And it's the same thing when driving in autopilot. So right now I have autopilot set to a max speed of 70. We are only going 61 right now because I have this truck in front of me, and we're going to get around this truck as soon as these cars pass me in the left lane. So to get over into the left lane, I'm just going to turn the blinker on, the turn signal to the left, and Lucky will take us over into this lane all on her own, and the speed increases up to 70 once we get past the truck. Super easy. It's a really, really pretty day here. Yesterday it was raining and cloudy and fog. My friend Sylvia from Miami was in town yesterday visiting, and she picked like the worst day to come from a weather perspective. I wish she could have seen Las Vegas today. Really, really pretty. Okay, I'm going to increase Lucky's speed to 75. We are in a 65 mile an hour zone. I would consider this to be pretty light traffic. My friend Sylvia yesterday, when I picked her up from her conference, we, drove all over Creation, this, big triangle that I drive a lot in the Las Vegas area between work and Carly's school and home. And she said the traffic here was nowhere near as bad as Miami, and I completely agree with her. Traffic, for the most part in Las Vegas, I find to be really reasonable. It's about 10:30. I'm heading into work. I now work at an amazing new business called Casino Quest, which is on the Las Vegas Strip in the Fashion Show Mall. I am a table games dealer and instructor there. I can deal all the games, blackjack, baccarat, craps. I'm working on roulette. I'm maybe halfway there with roulette. The payouts are a bit complicated for my mathematically challenged brain to get. So anyway, we just passed a truck. We on the right. We never got too close to the truck for comfort, in my opinion. Straight up ahead is another truck. A little bit heavy traffic here. I can see all the vehicles on the instrument panel. Ooh, there's some rocks coming out of that truck. I do not like that whatsoever. I'm going to reduce the speed of Lucky. Let's see. Actually, first off, I'm going to go 7 car lengths behind, and then I'm going to lower the speed. All right, I just took autopilot out for a second. I want to let that truck get pretty far. I'm manually driving Lucky now. I'm going into the middle lane. I don't like those little rocks. And now I am back in autopilot, and I'm reducing the speed to 70. Now this part of 515, I think it was a really good suggestion from Charlie, because it's a little bit more curvaceous, I think, than some of the other drives that we have videoed for the channel. I mean, it's not like, crazy curvy. I'm sure there's people who love to test autopilot in really windy, bendy roads. I tend to prefer to film autopilot in more, regular, everyday, mundane driving conditions, because I think it's just, more real world. I mean, it's so easy right now to just sit here with my hands like lightly on the wheel, just sort of paying attention to everything, but not having to really do anything. I don't have to have my foot on the gas pedal. I don't have to, I just have to watch and pay attention. And it's just it's a more relaxing way to drive. I mean, whether you're driving across the country like we recently did when we moved to Las Vegas from Florida, or whether you're just driving, like 10 miles to work, not having to actively control the vehicle and, think all the time is, it's good. Big fan of autopilot. Missed it so much when Lucky was in the body shop for 28 days. If you didn't know that Lucky was in a minor car accident, we did a 4-vlog series about our minor car accident and the repairs process. And during that 28-day process, I had a Ford Edge, which did not include autopilot, did not include regenerative braking, and I sure missed all the features of Lucky, but especially those two. I hope we see some other Teslas. There's Teslas everywhere in Las Vegas. Teslas and Vanity license plates everywhere in the Las Vegas Henderson area. So I hope we see at least one other Tesla today. I can't wait to see the first Model Y on the road. I do believe that the deliveries for the Model Y are going to be starting soon, maybe even before the end of this month and the end of 2019, or very early in 2020. We're anxiously watching Tesla news to see when the official delivery date begins for the Model Y. I still remember when I saw my first Model 3, and that was such a cool and fun feeling, and Model Y will be here soon, and then of course after that it'll be countdown to the Cybertruck. Wow, that Cybertruck is growing on me. I first saw that picture of the Cybertruck and I thought, Elon was kidding us. Just like in the Like Tesla video, their thumbnail said, cyberpunked, as a play on words from Cybertruck. I thought that was pretty funny. They had a good video about the Cybertruck unveil. I'll put a link to the Like Tesla Kim take on the Cybertruck. I like to share her video with you all just because I thought the thumbnail and the headline on the Cyberpunked was so funny. I think it's worthy of sharing. So let's get back to our drive. So far, it's a pretty boring drive, right? I mean, it's a pretty day. I hope you're enjoying the ride, even though we don't have any cars swerving into our lane, and so far, no trash cans flying off of pickup trucks or any of those things. I'm going 65 in a 65. I have the vehicle set to 75. Now I'm gonna make the car length distance between me and the vehicle in front of us shorter again. I had taken it up to 7 when those little pebbles started flying off that other truck, and now I reduced it down to 2 car lengths, which I find to be a pretty comfortable distance, and now that sped me up to 68. Let's see, Teslas, where are you, Teslas? All right, we're gonna get around this Chevy pickup truck as soon as this other Tacoma pickup truck passes me on the left. So once again, the left turn signal. Lucky will move herself over a lane. Downtown Las Vegas Boulevard, up ahead. This is going to be the north part of the Las Vegas Boulevard. It's not really considered the strip. The strip would be to my left, off camera. I can't film an Autopilot Drive Time video on the Las Vegas Strip because it's pedestrians and it's stop signs and street lights, and that is not the current approved technology with Autopilot. It will be someday, but it is not there today. And then, of course, depending on the hardware in your Tesla, newer Teslas will get full self-driving at some point. My dad's Cybertruck is going to have full self-driving because he ordered that upgrade, that $7,000 upgrade. Lucky is 2016, so her hardware will not support full self-driving, but we love her anyway, and we enjoy the benefits of the Autopilot very much. So now there's no one ahead of us. We have Fremont Street on the right. Okay, Lucky just went out of Autopilot because I was kind of tugging on the wheel a little bit because of the curve. For whatever reason, the speed at 75 and that curve, I didn't realize I was doing it, of course, because I was talking to you, but it made me a little bit anxious, and so by putting some pressure on the wheel and moving the wheel a little bit myself, it took Lucky out of Autopilot. But now we can get Lucky back in Autopilot. No problem. I have it set to, let me take it down. I'm going to take it down to 65 right now. Just because of the curves, I don't want to go over the speed limit in this particular patch, and I just feel a little bit more comfortable going 65. When us get back to a straightaway with those beautiful mountains in the distance, I'll bring the speed back up. But right now we're passing the Las Vegas Strip area. I am at some point going to have to do a U-turn and get back to the Las Vegas Strip where Casino Quest is, so that I can get to work. But this is a really pretty drive with the mountains in the background, and since Charlie requested to see a little bit more of 515, I'm gonna probably take Lucky about 5 more minutes here. As I mentioned earlier, nothing is really going on. Most of the time you're in Autopilot, it's not this exciting, like, oh my God, Autopilot saved my life today. Most of the time it's just, ho-hum, I drove to work in Autopilot and it was convenient. Now, at some point in time, I do believe that Autopilot, could save my life. I hope it never has to, but I believe the data that's been published on the safety with Autopilot being approximately 7 times safer, Autopilot versus a human driving. We know humans are imperfect and that they make mistakes, and they get stressed. They can be distracted. We know all these things. Autopilot, on the other hand, is a computer of sensors all the way around the car, 360. I do not have eyes 360 around my head to look what's going on. Every corner of the vehicle at all times, and I just feel very comforted knowing that the technology is on my side as far as having the safest possible driving experience here in our Tesla. So, okay, now I just increased the speed to 75 again. Speed limit is 65. I just did it again where I took Lucky out of autopilot. Let's get her back into autopilot. And so every now and then, just the curve and the speed, I still have a tendency to put more pressure on the wheel than I need to. It's no big deal. I can always just put Lucky back in autopilot. Now I'm on the straightaway and hands are like rested at the bottom of the wheel. By the way, I'm still looking for the perfect filming equipment and the perfect like phone mounts to give you more camera angles during these autopilot drive time videos. I tried an experiment with a regular like digital camera, trying to like film with one hand while I was in autopilot, and that was an epic fail. The footage was terrible and it took me out of autopilot like with the blink of an eye. By the way, speaking of putting me out of autopilot, I just got the signal to motion the wheel so that Lucky still knows that I'm here. I didn't see that alert coming up on the screen very often on this drive. So I think that may have actually been the first time. We're heading into another lovely suburb of Las Vegas called Summerlin. And most people seem to live in Henderson and Summerlin. They're very, very large communities. Okay, we got a truck like right next to us, but I didn't need to do anything with the steering wheel. I've said this before on previous autopilot drive time videos. And my friend Rob is the one who originally came up with this expression that driving in autopilot, you feel like the car is on rails. It's amazing how dead centered we stay in the lane. It really would be impossible for a human driver to drive dead centered in the lane, whether the lane is straightaway or whether it's a curve like it is right now. The vehicle stays dead center. I don't actually think I've been on this particular stretch of 515. I think every time I have been on 515, I have exited prior to where we are now. If we kept going, we would end up in Area 51, an area of Las Vegas, or not Las Vegas, but an area of Nevada and the surrounding areas outside of Las Vegas that we love to explore. We do not take Lucky to Area 51, or I should say the area around Area 51, for reasons that I covered in a separate video. I'll put a link in the description to our why we don't take Lucky to Area 51 video, in case you're curious about that topic. And so I don't know, what do you think? I mean, nothing happened of interest in this video as far as the traffic around me, but it's a beautiful drive. I hope you have still enjoyed getting to spend some time in Lucky here, seeing her in action on the road. I would love to hear your thoughts on autopilot and the convenience and the comfort that it provides to you, your thoughts on the safety. What about this question too? I mean, are there any driving conditions where you don't like to use autopilot specifically, or any driving conditions where you especially like to use autopilot? I'm going to throw out one in the especially like to use autopilot scenario, and that is in start and stop, bumper to bumper, rush hour traffic on the highway. Everybody's been there, where you're inchworming, and then you're going 10 miles an hour, and then you're going 0, and there's just, it's like a parking lot of cars. I love Autopilot in that scenario because of the fact that it controls the speed all the way down to 0, and then when the car in front of me moves, you know, Lucky moves, and I can just sort of sit there and like go into Zen mode and not think about the traffic, but just kind of like relax my mind and my body in that particular driving condition. So we are coming up on Craig Road, Rancho Road, and Ann Road. I have no idea what's on any of these roads, but it looks like it's pretty straight and narrow with the mountains behind us. And I feel like this Autopilot drive time length has probably gone on long enough. So I am going to thank you so much for watching. And one final shout out to our TesLUCKY community friend and viewer, Charlie. And when I say friend, I mean we're like friends because of YouTube. I've actually like never met him. I never talked to him, but I feel like that some of the people on this channel that comment all the time, I do feel like we get to know these viewers, and we really enjoy the community and comparing notes on all things Tesla and all things electric vehicle related. So wishing you all a very safe and happy day, and I am going to say goodbye and hope that you will check out our future Autopilot drive time videos. Click the bell for notifications. Take care. Bye-bye.